Hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome back to my Artful Aging channel. And today's video is going to be very impromptu. We're going full on whatever happens. I made a commitment to myself at the beginning of this year to start posting regularly on YouTube. And even though I love goals, I've done videos about goal setting, I've talked about it over the years. I started training as a coach, helping people set goals. Even though I adore the idea of setting goals, somehow when I explicitly say I'm going to do something, creative especially, my brain freezes. And as soon as I made that commitment, I got analysis paralysis, perfection paralysis. I started figuring out how I could make my equipment better, what I could do, judging my hair, all the things. So today we're jumping back in and we're just going to be here, you and me. I'm not going to plan ahead. We're going to see what happens. We're going to allow space and time for creative freedom on this channel. That said, I do need to tell you why I'm here. It is a big commitment to changing the narrative on aging and to supporting women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s with all the things that I believe can help us, you, them be effective, powerful, and in a joyful experience of life. I have a premise around Artful Aging. It has 4 tenets. I'll be talking about those things. And some of the things I think are most important for us and some of the ways that I want to support you and that I feel that I have some information, some skills, some background, some knowledge are in voice, which means telling your story, sharing your message, being effective in your communication. Visibility. And visibility for me is about taking up space and showing up in a world where mature women over 50 have pretty much become invisible. And if you doubt me, go on to Google and search for 50 plus women. Maybe your mileage will vary, but my experience is that the women pictured are either 35 or 70. There's this whole range in between where we are essentially non-existent in this culture. And here's a brief aside on that. I know I pause sometimes with my voice and with my visibility, with taking up space, as you may too, because when you talk about the experience, and especially if there's things that you dislike or disagree with about the experience of being a mature woman in this culture, you may find yourself positioned as angry or resentful. And so I'm going to just practice taking up space anyway, because I think our stories need to be told, because I believe that we are one of the most precious and underutilized resources that our culture has access to in terms of experience and knowledge and contribution and generosity and wisdom and all the things. So that's the emphasis and the point of the visibility section of all of my content, regardless of what channel you're on, whether it's TikTok or my podcast or here on YouTube. And then the third thing is wisdom. To me, wisdom is the tenets of Artful Aging. It is what we've learned, what we know. It's getting clear about and using and resting in and appreciating ourselves and each other for all of the life experiences we have had that have formed together and smushed into one great offering that is who we are and what we have to share. I also believe that wisdom is the part of being a mature woman that allows us to find peace and joy and use our innate desire to contribute to other people. The final area that I'll be speaking about a lot is wealth. And that's because I believe that wealth is super important for women in general and anyone with a marginalized identity especially. I believe that wealth needs to be redistributed in our culture. It has been somewhat inequitably distributed, and I think that needs to change, because through financial sovereignty and financial independence, we actually can be in choice. We can choose relationships that serve, heal, and are enjoyable for us. We can leave those that are no longer relevant or that are dangerous or damaging or unhealthy. we can make all of our sovereign decisions. We can contribute to the causes and the people that we care about. And so I believe that wealth is one of the most foundational and sometimes the most neglected areas of empowerment, power structures, and skill sets and privileges that we can give to ourselves, to our daughters, and support in each other. I feel super strongly about more wealth for more women more of the time. I feel like some of that may have been repetitive, but I'm going on pure instinct here. I'm actually going to jump into doing, hold on a sec. One more thing I have to say. You're going to find that my channel is all over the place. So if that's going to be uncomfortable for you, this probably isn't the channel for you. As a woman who has an ADHD-like brain and who considers herself to be a multi-potentialite with many interests and who has spent decades learning to trust all the twists and turns my life has taken, you're going to find that I talk about all kinds of random things. And my commitment to myself and to the channel is to truly follow my own sense of interest. So I think the things that I am interested in and that I probably will talk about will be both interesting and useful for the right group of people. And if you think that that's you, please do like, follow, comment, so I know you're here. And in order to seduce the algorithm into getting my message further afield and to link arms with me. If you don't think you can handle an all over the place channel and you're like, what is she talking about now? Then this might not be the place for you, because I suspect we're going to be talking about optimizing. We're going to be talking about skincare, my Tesla, because I'm kind of in love with my Tesla. We're definitely going to be talking about speaking skills and taking up space, probably social media and TikTok and what it's like to be a midlife content creator, the things that I wish I had known at each decade of my life. We're definitely going to be talking about ADHD because that informs my life in so many ways. And by the way, did you know that women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s are one of the most undiagnosed populations who are impacted by ADHD? Why? Because we don't look like the typical person with ADHD, because we compensate in so many other ways, but it impacts us in a lot of ways. Anyway, so I'm going to be talking about ADHD, that's for sure. I'm definitely going to be talking about real estate because it's one of my current passions and interests. And I'll be talking about things that are on my podcast. I probably would be interviewing guests and other people I find fascinating, just like I did on my Superpower You podcast. I'll probably be talking about podcasting and my lily pad model for content creation. And maybe you get the picture. This channel is going to be all over the place. There's no niche here. We're not doing niche. We're doing serve my audience, follow your interests, answer your questions, give value that can serve this age and stage of your life, and just follow my own interests. So if you're here for that, I welcome you. I'm going to get back to it. I think in the next couple of days, my intention is to post 1 or 2 videos a week and to stay committed to serving you and serving me. See you next time.